Yo, hey, what's up, guys? I created another loop with Taunt, but it's not as efficient as you might think. But it has two Painkeepers, so it's budget, and many more people could do it. But you gotta kind of break your Emic if you use a 271 Emic, and you gotta make him slower than usually. I think you can put him up a little bit more speed. I just went with no speed at all, and was on 115, and I think you can put him a little bit higher. The goal in this one is, to be honest, to make your taunt all the time work, and my attention right now is just to build firstly teams that run on full auto. You just press the button and you come back later and it will be okay. In this case, we have some not gaps, but it can fail because our Emic is our mischief tank, and that's maybe the case. You get your buff stolen and stuff, so that's always a case. And I built my Painkeepers with resistance because obviously we gotta cut some good things in this, like block buffs or block debuffs and provoke, because we got limited space in here and we cannot bring anything. Maybe there's some champions that fit perfectly in here that could be possible, but I can't find one right now. So we gotta make our team ready to rock without having, like, we gotta have some minimums. We gotta survive, don't get eaten, and don't be interrupted in our rotation while not getting eaten. For example, if our rabbit gets provoked, that's kind of no problem. But if our Painkeeper's getting provoked all the time and your rotation gets out, so at least we gotta be on our resistance, so our rotation goes further and further, and make it stable. I tried Duchess. Duchess is not better than Shamael. He needs to be in here, and I tell you why. Because the blue head does actually give you a fear when he attacks. I think it's his A1 or something, and it will go on your Emic, and it is not resistible, it's not blockable, it's only gonna be cleansable. So he's gonna take it away from you immediately and it will never play a role. But yeah, you gotta have Shamael. It's just a base. So Emic, two Painkeepers and Shamael needs to be your base. That needs to be like done really well, and the rest needs to do damage and yeah, controlling, make you survivable or something. I scrapped totally his unkillable potential because I think there's only one way to make. Okay, there are two ways to actually make it work, by having two Emics or having two Yumekos and an Emic, and that's, I think, the only way to make it like 100% unkillable for your whole team, because the unkillable will fall off at some point, and yeah, when the boss goes in there and hits you, so one of your champion will die. It doesn't have the unkillable. So I scrapped the unkillable and just went with taunt loops, and that's the base. And I went from Mifrala because she makes us really tanky. And one thing, my run, I'm gonna show you later on, didn't go all the way to the end, because I can right now show you the run and show you the theory, or maybe go 2 days later, because I don't have silver right now, and rebuild my Painkeepers, rebuild a little bit of my stuff and make it full run, because I can actually die right now. My Painkeepers, they can die, and I would probably, they have been in my clan boss, so they kind of was damage focused. I just put resistance and a chest plate and a banner on them and went for it. But I could build them like on survival stats and not only damage and resistance, so they wouldn't die. But I don't have silver right now, so I'm gonna show you now, but you get the point. You really do get the point. So I went for Mifrala and the rabbit, right, and show you the preset, because presets are important sometimes. So I got just my rabbit in completely damaged set right here, and that's the preset. My Emic super slow with resistance in a guardian set. My Painkeeper, yeah, this one is kind of speedy but not too speedy, and resistance. And I put the other one in 300 speed, but to be honest, that You can put your emic faster on speed probably, and that one lower on speed, and should be still okay. And we gotta figure out a good point. Probably it's better to make your emic faster than this, but I haven't checked too much now. But that will be discovered in the future. Don't worry at all. Don't worry. There are plenty of people with big brains out there, so that will be discovered in the future. How low you can go, how speedy you can be on emics. And I showed you already that Painkeeper, Shamael, totally on damage. I built him totally on damage, and that's what, maybe if I want to perfect the run, like make it more stable, I would go a little bit more HP, a little bit more defense, also on the rabbit. And yeah, my Painkeepers, of course, I would build them just to stand there and take any damage and never die, because they're just too tanky, but I don't have silver right now. And my Mufrala is built more on HP. Her stats on accuracy and resistance are really weak right now, but like I said, I don't have silver right now. And yeah, that's the whole thing. Let's jump into the run so you can see actually what I mean. And every one of them has like a perfect roll right here and makes it stable, but there will be other combinations on your rabbit and your Mufrala. The rest of the team right now should stay like that. We got our buff stolen on the first one, but that's okay. I deal with that. So on the end, your rabbit and Mufrala could be other champions, but the rabbit is there to make damage, and he does really good damage. He pushes our accuracy. That's why I don't need accuracy so high on my Mufrala, for example. And he puts out a leech, so he's basically our healer right now. So we can push our HP back and stuff, and this right here is normal, and that's also why it's called budget. You can use it on hard probably. I don't know, maybe you can change those two roles out, and then you can go on hard mode, maybe brutal, maybe it kind of depends who you use and stuff, but I haven't figured a way. So maybe if you come up with something, maybe brutal nightmare could be something, I don't know yet. I doubt it, but we always find a way. And yeah, he almost, Shamael almost killed himself by reflect damage. But yeah, on the end you can change them around. And Painkeepers will always reset emic, so he takes 2 turns and has his taunt already ready. So we got unkillable sometimes when they might die or something, they stay alive. That's good. You can change maybe the speeds on champions a little bit and stuff. And yeah, the damage is pretty good with Rabbit, and with Rala she gives increased attack and hex, so we still got some damage output. We don't have decreased defense, we don't have weaken, and yeah, I don't know who to bring to have all those things ready. Decrease attack, provoke, block debuffs, and we gotta scrap some things of them. We cannot bring everything in this situation right now. I already have been told like, hey, use that, and I got some good ideas, and they all sound really good, but my intention right now is to make it full auto and you just stand there. And later on I will make more teams about White Dryad Nia and Emic, or maybe another champion like Ambassador or something. That will be much easier, but it is manual, because for example White Dryad Nia cannot be like tuned that she always focuses up your leader spot or something. She will do it on manual, on auto, like across the board, where she thinks it's gonna be okay, she will put it there. That's why it's gonna be on full manual. And yeah, I will do stuff like that later, but that will be aimed for nightmare and brutal and not like normal right now, because right now I'm just testing. And one of our Painkeepers got provoked, that's not good. But yeah, because that's why I probably made them like 300 speed, 250, and they can probably be lower, but I also wanted to make sure if it goes like wrong for some point, like you get one provoke right there, you shouldn't die like immediately or fall out of rotation. That's why I made them like really fast and Epic really slow. But yeah, you always know how it is with provokes every time, or in general debuffs. 3%, yes, love it. But right now I will cut to the point where my other run failed and stuff. I will show you that I was really long into the fight, but then kind of yeah, a dumb thing happened. And my Painkeeper died, and yeah, that's why I probably would rebuild them a little bit different so they got more HP and can survive that red head a little bit more. But I'm gonna show you an example how far I came, and I will be back in a second. Yeah, and like you saw, I went pretty high on the turn numbers, but yeah, I didn't reach turn 1500, and please excuse me, I would just rebuild my stuff, but I don't have silver right now. That's why I actually need you to like and subscribe to the channel, so when I reach 8000 subscribers I can go on the test server and I can do all that for free, and I will just I can make teams freely without those limitations. So like you saw, it's all good. You just need to rebuild your champions a little bit more, maybe make more HP so his shield will be covering more stuff. Mufrala more HP, so her shield is gonna be more like juicy, and Painkeepers, if you put more HP on them, they also heal with the A2 a little bit more, and yeah, all the good stuff. On the end, you gotta just rebuild it a little bit, but people always wanted to see the whole preset, like from everything. I just think all the time, like, it is okay if you just put in, if you look up the presets, there's just on the right, there's crit rate, crit damage and stuff. But we're gonna take a look at the whole team. Rabbit is in lethal and a mix of something, and let's take a look at the stats. We got yeah, I'm just gonna, 31k HP, 4600 attack, 2200 defense, 250 speed. Keep in mind he will gain speed by a ton, like 100, and then he's 350. 100% crit rate, of course that's what you want. 275 crit damage. And his accuracy is actually not on point, but he is actually putting out increased accuracy, and we will get resets all the time, so most of the time you have increased accuracy, and that shouldn't be a problem at all. Masteries, let's check out those. I went with like being more defense, like more tanky, because he can die. He's a tech build, so he can die. And I went with Giant Slayer because he is actually putting a little bit more than, for this right now I actually would put it on War Master, because he is doing more AoEs than he's doing A1s because of the reset, so that actually is not triggering too often, so I would probably go in here. To be honest, I would probably go for Helm Smasher. Just, yeah, why am I not doing it? Yeah, I will do it on Helm Smasher. Yeah, that's where my recommendation for this one. I would just for of course Hydra in this case. So we will take a look at the, no, it wasn't the G-Nut in there. Why is it not in here? Oh, come on. Ah, are you kidding me? Painkeeper. So those have been those two right here. We got one really fast, It's on 300, and yeah, I just tried to get like the resistance. The resistance is not quite up there. I think I need like 20 more, but you know how it is, those 3% will happen anyway. But that was probably the Painkeeper that got provoked in my first part of the video, and we would probably go for more HP, more defense, because it's not really good right now, and probably making it a little bit slower so it can push HP and stuff. But that's kind of the whole aim you want to have, resistance and speed, HP, defense. Yeah, I got some masteries in here, but yeah, it's just War Master, and I probably wouldn't go right here. That was just a test for Clan Boss, the normal one, and I would probably go defense so he can just stand longer there and just never die. Painkeeper 2, he is a little bit slower, but basically the same. So we got 52k HP, so he's a little bit better, but the defense really slow, really low, 1500. It's 234 speed, and yeah, not provoke. Resistance needs to be up because of the provoke and cannot interrupt your rotation. And yeah, I went War Master, and like I said, I would probably go defense. Who didn't I show you? Emic. Did I show you Emic? No, I didn't. Right, let's go. Emic right here. He is having on Masteries that one. He soaks up damage from your other teammates because he is unkillable the whole time. He's putting the unkillable on him. He at the minimum is always unkillable, so he will soak up damage right here. And the rest, of course, is just to be more a little bit tanky and stuff, but obviously you don't need it because you're unkillable. And his sets are Guardian, so he can soak even more damage up. And yeah, it does not take a big role what stats you rock in here for Hydra, but you need your resistance up. He has resistance right now for Nightmare, so I can test more Nightmare stuff. But yeah, I think it was 350 is aimed for normal, and 450 is aimed for Nightmare, and everything is in between. So yeah, it's said everything. Yeah, we actually don't need to talk about many things. Of course, he needs to be booked. He has Brimstone right now, but it actually does not matter at all because yeah, he's kind of just using his A3, then A2, and Brimstone is just the AoE, and you never know where is it gonna be landing. And yeah, I probably would go for something else. Next, Mifrala. And yeah, she's in a Norwegian set right now, but to be honest, you don't need one because yeah, Legion stuff. But if you use Leech for healing on her, you want to have War Master, so she gains more damage and gains more HP back out of it. But of course, you can rock a Regen set and she will never be in danger. That was kind of my aim. I have pretty good Regen sets, so I always kind of go for them if I go testing. But she obviously don't need it. She really does not. And she has around 80k HP, 3000 defense, 264 speed. Her accuracy and resistance are not on top, but she will gain increased accuracy, and her accuracy will be converted in resistance, so she should be totally okay on the end. And you don't need actually the whole thing go all the way on the top. That kind of is the rule for everyone else, but on the end it kind of depends who you bring on in this spot. You probably go and try out some things, and you gotta keep that in mind. And yes, that's I already told you. Masteries is defense, because yeah, you want to stand there a long time as possible. And of course you can go accuracy if you need accuracy, and go resistance if you need resistance. But I went for War Master because she's healing on Leech, and yeah, she can heal more, and that's basically it. I wouldn't go on all champions like on things like, is it that one? No. Is it that one? Yes, like that. If you, I don't even know if that matters on Hydra, but in general I wouldn't just go for something like that or something like that in the thingy, because you never know what's gonna happen and you overlap your champions too often. But you could go for it if you want to just go for it, but I just always avoid them, because I'm like a speed tune guy and I want to know what's kind of happening. And yeah, that's how I am. And was that everyone? I got the rabbit, I got 2 painkeepers, Emic with Radam, with was there one missing? Let me check. We got them 2. Oh, Shamail. Let's go. Which one did I use? I think it was that one. Yeah, it was that one. And I probably will change that gear from this one to another Shamael if I use another, like a brutal run or something, just to change the gear all the time and have like the best outcome. And it's kind of dumb. I can just use another champion with the same gear, exactly same stats, and yeah. But other thing, he is not having HP, 35k HP, 4500 attack, 1800 defense. I probably would go for a little bit more HP, a little bit more defense if I want to make it like really stable. 200 speed, 105 crit damage, a little bit too much, 278 crit damage. And accuracy, and so I don't have on him because he's just making my team clear on fear, true fears, and do a ton of damage. And to be honest, he is an amazing damage dealer. So you shouldn't sleep on him, because I did a long time, and he is a great damage dealer. He's just popping it off. Like if he has that already, whoo, and you will get it a ton because of reset, and so on. And was that everything? I assume so. If I missed anything, just I'm sorry. It's a bunch of things in Hydra you gotta cover there, and yeah, I might miss something, but yeah, I think I covered it good enough so you got a great overview. And yeah, that was the end of the video. I'm not gonna cover anymore, and I hope I see you in the next one. And yeah, have a nice day.